It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. And there's one thing we're focused on here at St. Jude, and that's beating this thing.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week we'll show you how the Park and Recreation has done so with their bond dollars so far. Then we went to the little library dedication at Clear Lake Elementary, all today at our Community Access. Welcome back. You know that the voters have approved it for a great bond for the Oxford Park and Rec. So we want to see how they're doing so far. With the story is our reporter, Terry Stiles. Terry?
Hi, Bill. I'm out at the Seymour Lake Park, and I'm with Jeff Canaz. He is the park supervisor, right, for Oxford Township Parks and Recs. And we have some introductions to do today, but I also want to take a look at finally the finished product of the maintenance facility area, right? Yep. Okay, so first of all, let's do introductions.
I'm Jeff Canaz, Park Superintendent, like you said, and now we have Brian Durden, our newest member of our staff that we just put on, and we're very excited that Brian's coming on. You may have seen him around. He used to take care of these cemeteries for the township, so I'm sure the people that drove through saw him out there working, and what a wonderful job he did there. So we're kind of expecting the same thing here, so this is going to be great for us.
Brian, welcome to the township. I know you've been here a long time, and you have done a wonderful job out at the cemeteries. It's beautiful out there. Will your work here interfere with that, or are you going to do both?
No, I'm not going to be doing the cemeteries anymore. I'm going to concentrate all my time with the Park and Rec and do the best job that I can.
Oh, no, I hope you've trained somebody well.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm sure someone will take it over.
Well, I know now that Parks and Recs is in very good hands with you and Jeff here. And so is this building. We're going to go inside, Bill, and have a look at the building, the completed project, and it's amazing what they've done here. Come on with us. 5,000 square foot building. Now we're in half of the building, right? This is your function area.
This is where we do all the work in here. Yep, this is the heated side.
Most of the stuff in here is stuff that was donated or you were able to salvage?
Yeah, we did a lot of salvage when they did the bond issue for the schools years ago. We went in and took, as you can see, the doors behind us, and we took windows, and we took anything we could get that we knew we would need down the road. We've been storing some of this stuff for 8 to 10 years in anticipation of this building actually happening, so we're getting ready.
So you're recycling the community's money twice. That's really nice because they've used it for the schools, bought and paid for by the community.
Yep.
Once again, you're refurbishing that.
And it
what
works out
do we have in here? What is it that you need to function for Parks and Recs and this entire area?
Well, we needed a facility this size to actually get in and work on our equipment, because the old building we had, which is the new offices up front, was very narrow, low ceilings. We couldn't get our tractors in. We couldn't get the bigger stuff in. So, yeah, we had to work outside or on the cold side in the winter. So this is really nice. And with the money we saved doing this project ourselves, we were able to do some things like the new floor, the epoxy floor, the lift behind us to lift the trucks up to change the oil, you know, simple stuff like like that, that's a really hard to do when you're laying on a dirt floor or a cement floor and crawl around. So it worked out really good.
Well, an important part here is you guys are doing that kind of work. We're not shipping it out and having somebody else do it and paying for that as well.
Exactly. We do everything we can until you get into the internals of an engine or something, or computer type stuff on vehicles.
sure,
We do all
right.
the maintenance on all our equipment. We keep up on all that stuff, and that's how we make the equipment last also. If you keep up on it, it lasts you a lot longer.
Sure does. So you have storage in here. You also have your mechanicals in here.
Yep.
Mechanical room. Everything was donated in there except for the well.
Yep, the well,
unit.
and actually part of that was donated from Dave Cameron Well Drilling. He came out and helped us out with that. So, yeah, the washer and dryer in there were donated. The hot water heater was donated. All the lights in here that you'll see were donated. The doors, bathroom fixtures, sinks, cabinets. So pretty much about half of this building was donated that we acquired from different people and different businesses, and everybody just trying to help us out.
All local
All
community
local.
people.
Yep, all local community people.
You have a bathroom in there that I would kill for. Shower and all, and I know that the shower is for emergency purposes.
Yeah, doubles as a chemical shower, yep, because we deal with some chemicals, so that was real easy to go into, and sometimes we get pretty dirty out here. The dead of summer, it's real dusty and dirty, and so yeah, it works out great. And while you're doing it, you have to do it all at once, because you can't go back and redo it later.
Oh, that's true. You
So
can't.
if you're going to do it right the first time.
And so Brian's function, is that a position that was created, or is he replacing somebody?
He's
or-
replacing Kenny Hovis that was here for about 4 years, and he moved on to a different position, and Brian's going to fill that position. I think he's going to do real well. So that's the assistant park superintendent's job. What he does is he'll go out with the guys and make sure that everything's getting done in the park, and he'll help me delegate what we need to get done.
Well, so do you have just summertime? What kind of staff do you have? I guess is what I'm asking. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I know that it's not just you that has to deal with everything. So do you have part-time staff? You have summer help? How does that work for you guys?
Brian and I are the only full-time people right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're looking at getting a third one. So we have there would be 3 full-time people eventually as our goal. We have up to 8 to 10 seasonals that would come on. We have younger adults that we hired to weed whip and mark ball fields, and just do some of the clean bathrooms and all the pickup trash and all that kind of stuff. We have Stony open, so they're over there working, doing stuff over there. So yeah, there's between 8 to 10 seasonals, and I have a couple retired guys that cut grass. Local guys that lived. One guy's been here almost 30 years.
Wow.
So he just comes and cuts grass, and
Yeah. So
That
all
works
this
out
is
good.
local.
All this- yeah.
You're helping out the local people. Wow.
yeah, yep.
So you mentioned Stony. The funding for Stony, the bond, is almost complete for Stony, correct?
Yeah, it's probably about 75% done. Yep, we've got some more upgrades to do on some of the buildings and whatnot, and we'll see those later when we go over there.
Yep.
And it came out really good, so we're impressed. And again, local contractors.
Well,
so
let's go have a look at it.
We
then.
will.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back. So, Bill, we're still out at Seymour Lake Park. This behind me does not look familiar because it's new, and Jeff explained to us what this is all about.
This would be stage 1 of our area that we're going to have back here. This is Sled Hill, and it was graciously donated by Saradan Construction, another local company that stepped up to the plate, and they commemorated this in the memory of Seth Davis. So yeah, this is stage 1, the Sled Hill. This is going to be a smaller sled hill than up front, but to the left of me here is going to be where the ice skating rink will be. That'll start next year. And then off the back bathrooms will also be a concession / warm area / pavilion that will be added there. So this will be our new winter activity spot once we get everything set out here. So that should all take place next summer sometime.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it
Next
is.
year, you're going to have all kinds of people out here at Christmas time.
Yeah, and we want to do some of our programs out here that will
nice.
line up with this, so we can do some maybe a winter carnival. We got all kinds of crazy ideas.
Oh my gosh, you guys keep coming up with the greatest stuff. It looks kind of messy right now, but we're the end of November.
Yep.
And so we're still able to do work out here, and thank you to Saradan Construction.
Yes,
They've also
thank you very
done
much.
work at the parks.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of work here.
Yep,
with
they
you
did
guys,
all the
haven't
parking
they?
lot construction where we expanded all the parking lots up front, the softball parking, the tennis court parking. They did the main road all the way in, all new gravel on it. They did all the expansions on the curves on the road for more parking. So we probably added probably 200 to 250 more parking spots out here, which we desperately needed because the park is full.
It gets crowded out
does.
here. This
And
is
that's a
great
good problem to
place
have.
Yes, it is. It's a wonderful place to be. Again, your bond dollars at work and your community helping to make it a great place for you. We're going to go look at all the work that Sarah Dan did at the front of the park, as well as the fences and
The
stuff,
new ball
right?
field fences,
Yeah.
softball fences.
Don't go away. Stay with us.
Catch us anytime on YouTube. Go to Oxford Community Television YouTube.
So, Bill, we're still on the tour of Seymour Lake Park. One of my favorite places in this entire community to be. Brings back a lot of memories for me, and I'm sure it brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people in this community. It's changed. If somebody's been out of this community for a while, they're kind of not going to know where they're standing if
No,
they're
you're gonna
standing
stop.
right here.
Yeah, you're going to stop and look around and say, this used to be there, and where am I at now? So, as
I
you can
do
see
it.
here, we doubled the size of this parking lot. The old sand volleyball courts used to be right over there, and we took those out so we could expand the lot, and we moved the sand volleyball courts over there behind the splash pad parking lot. So there's 2 new courts over there with new nets and the whole 9 yards. And as we did all the upgrades on the park, we also had to keep all the ADA improvements in mind.
Oh, of course.
So as you can see over here behind us, so we got all new ADA parking. Now people can access the ball fields
a lot easier.
a lot easier, a lot easier. Yep.
And so, right behind you here, this hill, is that part of the, I know that there's the golf, disc golf behind
Yep.
us. Is this just an area for people to sit and enjoy themselves?
That was our first sled hill. Yep, that was when they did the Myers, actually. All that dirt, I
Right.
believe, came out of Myers and came over
Okay.
here to do that. So that's the original sled hill, but it's also the
Nice.
first hole on the disc, or second hole on the disc golf course. So it doubles in the winter and, yep, as a sled hill and disc golf during the spring, summer, and fall seasons.
I did want to mention, people are allowed to come out here in the wintertime and,
Yep.
and walk. No dog walking, right?
You can walk dogs, yep. You
In
can
the-
walk dogs, they just have to be on a leash.
Okay.
Yep, they have to be on a leash and they have to be kept off our playing surfaces, soccer
Okay.
field, softball.
Sure.
A lot of people come out and cross-country ski. I'll see the tracks.
Nice.
And actually, we even have disc golfers in the winter that come out. I'll see their tracks in the snow. So there's always somebody out in the park doing something.
Die-hard golfers.
Yes, die-hard golfer for
And
sure.
so the fences are also all new too, right, on the ball fields?
Yes,
Nice.
all 4 of these ball field fences are new, backstops are new, so that's all a huge upgrade out here.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. It's just, every time I come out here, it looks better and better. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Well,
We
thank
like
you.
doing this.
We appreciate it, that's for sure. Now we're going to go take a look at Stony and see what's been done over there. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
So what we did down here is we expanded this area down out in front of you there. That's going to be the new parking for the people that launch their boats. We allow 4 boats to be launched out of the park at a time. We put the new rock wall in, so now instead of parking up on the upper deck, they'll be able to park down here, launch their boat, and park down here, which will be a lot more convenient for them.
So they'll be able to leave their vehicles and the trailer down
Yep.
here. And that's for people from outside of this particular lake, so people in the township.
Yep, we only have 4 spots, so if the spots are full, you won't be able to launch. But if there's an empty spot, you'll be able to launch. So, yep, there's only 4 that are allowed at a time down here.
Now, does that include jet skis as well?
Yep. Yeah. If if you have anything on a trailer, now you can come with a kayak. That would be different. But anything with a trailer, you'll have a specific spot. There'll be 4 spots. So somebody that came down with a canoe on the back of their car or top of their car or a kayak, that wouldn't count because they would park back up top out of the way. So
And portage it down.
and portage it down. Correct. Yep.
This is I'm noticing you're getting a lot more of the kayak canoe kind of traffic on this lake.
Oh, you
which
do,
is
yeah.
really nice.
Yep, and it's a beautiful lake to do it. It's quiet because there's not a
Yeah.
lot of boat traffic or jet skis out here.
Right.
So it's kind of a quiet lake and it's a nice peaceful setting and
Nice place
beautiful
to go
park.
fishing. It is a beautiful park. You've also added this curve and walkway down to the beach, right?
Yep, we have all new asphalt, parking lots, roads, the boat launch, like we said, and then the path going all the way down to the beach was part of the bond project also. So we've got about 99% of that done. We kind of missed the mark on getting it painted yet this year. The weather turned on us. It's just not quite warm enough. So next spring we'll get everything painted, all the lines painted, the parking spots painted, and but for the most part we're almost done here.
Brand new for the whole season then.
Brand new for the whole season, that's correct.
So this path that comes down to the beach really makes it wheelchair accessible, right?
Yep,
People
all the way
can
to the
actually
beach.
get down here, go fishing, watch their kids play in the water, and still have their wheelchair.
They sure can, yeah. They can get
nice.
onto the boat launch area too, and they can take that all the way down to the beach itself.
Oh my gosh, isn't
Yeah.
that nice?
So that's one of the biggest parts of the improvements we've done in all the parks.
It's all the handicap accessible, right?
Yep, all the accessibility. We've increased that greatly out here.
That's
And the only thing we have left to do here is in the spring we need to do a little bit of plumbing work, which was part of the bond too. So, and some lighting on some of the buildings. But for the most part, this park is almost done.
Oh, that's nice. And then, so are we out of money on the bond work, or do we have other work planned for the other parks?
No, we're probably a little over halfway through the bond money.
Okay.
We've got the big projects done. Next year we start on Powell Lake. We have a pavilion going over there with
Great.
sidewalks, parking lot expansion over there. Actually, the boardwalks are going to start this winter. We're putting all new boardwalks in because the old boardwalks are bad, so we're putting all new boardwalks in. That'll start sometime probably in January. We're also doing a fishing lookout type pier that is on the corner of the Polly Ann and our park entrance off the Polly Ann. So it's going to be right on the corner back there off the Polly Ann on Powell Lake. So
For those who don't know, that's behind the library
Yep.
area.
Yep.
Now, do you do work in conjunction with the Polly Ann Trail since that's almost connected, or?
we met with them and got it all worked out, but basically we're
Great.
taking the project on.
Nice.
And, yep. It
That's
was
going
just
to be so helpful to the people that use that Polly Ann Trail. You can't help but bump into Powell Lake.
yeah, you're looking right at it. Right where
Yeah.
we're putting it is the lookout on the corner there. So
Right.
there's going to be benches built right
Very
into it, so you
nice.
can sit down and just enjoy the view. I mean, you have geese out there, and you have swans and ducks and everything else that comes into that area. So
Yeah, that's
it's another beautiful spot to sit and just enjoy.
We're so lucky, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And then Oakwood Park, what are you going to do out there?
Oakwood Park, we have the disc golf tees done.
Nice.
The handicap parking is done in the parking lot.
Great.
And then next year we're going to continue the road, which is about halfway back now, so it goes all the way back to the lake, and we're going to put a fishing pier in there so you can actually access the lake, similar to what we have down here on the same order. Not as big, but similar to that. So that's on the docket too for next year.
Now the lake is out by the old cabin, right?
Correct,
The,
yep.
the ruins for the
Yep,
cabin.
that's Rossman Lake.
Right,
The
okay.
small lake is up
That's
front, that's
lovely.
Oakwood Lake, and the bigger lake is in the back.
Lovely. And that'll be done in the spring, or are you going to work on it throughout the summer?
It'll probably be done this summer when it dries up out there because that park is pretty wet. So we'll probably wait till probably
yeah.
like in August when it gets really dry, and that's the best time to get in and do that kind of work.
So we will come out there and
yeah.
watch what you're doing out there. We'll take a tour. So you absolutely have to keep an eye on what Parks and Recs are doing with everything that we have, all the beauty that we have in our parks here. And this is why I love my job. Jeff, thank you.
Me too.
I so appreciate the tours that you give us all the time. It's
We
really
appreciate you coming out and doing
gracious
this.
of you doing
Yeah.
it. And so thank you for watching us. And we are at Stony Lake Park, and I'm going to go look around. Great.
You know that Jeff and Ron Davis do a just incredible job. It includes Dawn Medic, Dan Sullivan, Lauren Smith, and Brian Durden, the best in Oxford Park and Recreation. Next up, our photographer Russell Curvier went to the little library dedication at Clear Lake Elementary. Let's watch.
So last year, we were asked to build a playhouse. And so we built this big yellow playhouse. We built it so that we could raise money so that we could build little libraries to put at all the schools. Miss Morris and Mr. Mueller and Mr. Peck all worked together to build it. And we took it down to Lake Orion and we sold it. And we had like an auction. It was so fun. And we raised some money from doing that, and then we were able to buy the materials to build these little libraries. But we wanted to make sure that they could be here in the weather. Because when school's closed or when it's summer or any other, or when it's hot, we want to make sure that we can have books in here. The idea is that you leave a book here, you leave it right in here, and then somebody else can come and take one. It's kind of like a library, but it's just a little tiny one instead of a big building. So this way, you don't have to get a ride to the library. You can just come to this little tiny library. And you don't have to have a library card. So, which is really great. So then when you're done reading this book and you're getting to be too old for it, and you want to give it away, then you can take it and put it in the little library. And then you can take another one that's something you'd be interested in. Right? I mean, I feel like this is a great idea. I do. I think this is really fabulous.
Bigelow will be right down.
Okay. Mr. Bigelow and Miss Theo figured out where to put the little library. And my husband came over yesterday and they dug the hole and put cement in it and put it on a pole and put it on and built it. So now what we're going to do, I'll wait for Mr. Bigelow to walk over. Mr. Bigelow is on his way out, and he has, I guess he has some books to put in there as well. I know, won't that be hilarious? And so there's kids here from all the grades, right?
Yes.
So there is a little girl here from preschool. She's over here with her mom.
Yep, this is Ariana.
This is Ariana.
Hi, Ariana. Hi, Ariana.
Hi, Ariana. And this is, so who is in kindergarten or DK? Kindergarten and DK?
Yep.
One of each? What'd you bring? Show us your book. You have a book about happiness. Oh, and looking at a moon. And yours is like Thrill-O-Rama. Look at it, has a Frankenstein on it. Oh, man. I like scary books. I would choose that one. Okay, who's in the first grade? You're in the first grade? What'd you bring? Show us. You brought a motorcycle and a mouse. Did you ever, it's a Beverly Cleary book? Those are really fun books to read. Did you read it already? Oh man, maybe you're gonna use it out of the library. Who's in the second grade? You're in the second grade, I can tell because you're losing your teeth around here. What is it? Runaway Hit? Oh look, they're playing a guitar and a piano. This looks like a very good book. I might choose that one as well. Who's in the third grade? You're in the third grade? George Washington had cows? What? I wonder what he did with all these cows. I didn't know about George Washington's cows. That's pretty interesting. And who's in the, let's see, I'm at third grade, fourth grade. You are? Okay, let me see it. You are a mouse in space. Look, you can see Saturn up in space. I wonder how the mouse got up there. We'd have to read the book to find out. And then there must be fifth grade. That would be you. What'd you bring? Legos? Lego movie? So it's like a novel. It says it's a junior novel about Lego movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And Mr. Bigelow just joined us as well.
How we doing?
We're doing good. Mr. Bigelow is the principal here and was kind enough to let us put our little library, all of ours, right here next to the benches and the flagpole. It's a perfect location.
It looks great. I think kids throughout the community are really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And then they can walk over and,
Absolutely. It's a great spot right over by the benches.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought so too.
On a nicer day than today.
Yeah,
It's not raining.
Well,
right?
and I wanted to say they are made for the weather. It has actually a roof and weather stripping. It can deal with rain and winter and heat and everything else that Michigan has, because we are a Michigan location here in Oxford. And you have some books too, Mr. Bigelow.
I do. I have the Goofy Ghost.
Oh my goodness.
The Goofy Ghost. And then I also have, this is a good one. Can I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex, Dad? Can I please? Sounds
Do you want a
pretty-
Tyrannosaurus
that
Rex?
sounds pretty interesting.
I would love to read that one.
Yeah, I'm a big dinosaur lover, so can I have a Stegosaurus mom? Can I please? Right? So if you don't get the response you want from dad, then you go and you ask mom,
Yeah,
right? You know, isn't that how it works?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that when mom says no or dad says no? You ask the other mom or dad. You have some experience with that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So all really, really good stuff.
And Miss Boris has some books as well.
I do. I have Curious George Goes to the Beach.
Curious George.
Yeah. And then the Tomato Collection.
I never heard of something like that.
Oh, and A House for Hermit Crab. And my big book of words and pictures.
See, that everybody loves that book.
Yes.
And Ariana and her mom have a book. Maybe her mom will tell us what she has.
Can I show them? That's what friends are for,
Aww.
and the hats.
My goodness, we have such a wide selection of books.
do.
So kids of every age are going to enjoy this. All right, now what we're going to do, like I told you, is we're going to go put them in here. So you know how this library works. All right, are you ready?
There you go. Well, that's all the time for this week, and we hope you enjoyed your program. So, for your reporter Terry Stiles and photographer Russell Curvier, I am Bill Service, and you have a great, great week.
If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, it's important to act fast. Helping to save a life is easier than you might think. Just start hands-only CPR. The first step is to send someone to call 911 or call 911 yourself. Then get directly over the victim. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest. Then put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. It's important to push at a rate of at least 100 beats per minute, which is about the same tempo as the song Stayin' Alive. Let's hope you never have to use hands-only CPR, but if you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, don't be afraid to try it. Remember, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Your actions can help save a life. To learn more, call 877-AHA-4CPR or visit heart.org/hands-only-CPR.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.